I genuinely just don't understand this. I have given this so many chances now, and I don't like it. Like I think I give this band at least a chance like once a week lately. And first of all, I think that their rise to fame came from just rateyourmusic.com. If you look at their last year's thing, they're like the number one record, which I mean, good for them. I've heard very good things about them. I hear a lot of people on the internet that say that they like them. And they've made big appearances like something like SNL, and I think they just did a Tiny Desk concert, which Tiny Desk concert is not really a high bar anymore. But SNL, we haven't seen like a live band on SNL in I think a really long time. I don't know. I don't really watch SNL either. But the common thing that really bothers me is that to a T, this is a band I should love. I love indie, I love alternative. The big thing that I've always been told was that they sound a lot like the Strokes. I put something out recently about how I just didn't understand it because like I love the Strokes and I thought that I would like this band a lot too. And a lot of people immediately said, no, like it's not like the Strokes. Like I don't know why everyone's saying that they're like the Strokes. Like if you're going in thinking that they sound like the Strokes, you're not gonna get it. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I like a whole bunch of other bands that aren't the Strokes as well too. Then they told me to listen to this album. They told me to listen to 3D. Dude, I just don't like it. Like it's bad. Like it's weird. I don't get it. Another thing too is I'm yet to meet anyone in real life that's told me that they like this band. I've only ever had people like angry at me on the internet about not liking them. And I keep hearing that the fan base is bad. I would argue that my biggest issue is it just feels forced. Like it just feels genuinely forced. The whole band feels kind of forced. Once again, with them being on things like SNL, with them being on here, with them being on Rate Your Music, with like the way people are talking, and we're at a point now where once again, I do music as well. I've worked in music marketing. I work in social media marketing. So when I see the way that certain people come to their defense and things, and some of the things I've been seeing pop up, it feels fake. It feels manufactured. It feels like just a classic case of like dead internet theory where obviously there's people who like them, but there's more people who are trying to get people to like them. And I think that a big thing on this has got to be when you go on streaming, and I'm a Spotify guy, so maybe they're going nuclear on like Bandcamp or like Apple Music or something like that. But when I go on Spotify and I look at their music and I look at how many views they have, obviously this is a lot of views, but this is really not a lot of views for a band that's getting talked about this much, that's held at this high of an esteem. Like these numbers should have an extra, all of these should have an extra zero on them. So it doesn't feel like people are actually listening to them, or if they are, it's just a very tight knit amount of people who are just creating user generated content. Because I see them all the time. I see them constantly. I see them on TikTok all the time. I see people talking about them all the time on the internet. But it doesn't look like anyone's actually listening to them, so I just don't get it. I would argue, though, from my background as a musician, as someone who does all these other things, who works in social media marketing, who works in music marketing, it feels forced, it feels faked. I don't know, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing something. I have just given them so many chances. They are to a T music that I should be liking, music that I should be listening to. Every single other person who I've talked to Geese about that knows who I'm talking about, because I feel like, once again, most people don't know who I'm talking about. I feel like this is like so specifically niche. I've never met anyone in real life who likes them. Everyone I've shown them to, I'm like, hey, is this your kind of music? And everyone just is immediately like, it sounds gross. Like, is it just me? Like, it sounds gross. It sounds off tempo. It sounds out of key. I just don't get it. But the people who love it fucking love it. But I haven't met a single person in real life who loves it. The only people I've never met who love it are people on the internet who just want to come to their defense. So I'm ready for those in the comments. I don't know. I don't really understand their lyrics. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting older. Maybe I just don't like new cool bands and stuff like that. But like, once again, this is to a T what I listen to. Like, I listen to almost strictly alternative music, almost strictly indie music. I know that the Strokes is a bad example for this, but that was how I was entered. If you are a Geese fan and you haven't heard anyone say like, oh, they're kind of like the Strokes, like, I don't know. I feel like you're lying to me. Like, it's like, that that's like something. It may be an inaccurate comparison, but it is something that people are comparing them to. I don't know. I think that they're a trend. I think that there's gonna be another band that comes out of it that's gonna be way better. I don't know. Geese. Uh, Geese like 2 out of 10.